Hey, what's going on? Kyle Wilson here. Welcome to the channel where we talk about metaverse, crypto, and NFTs. And in this episode, we'll be talking about Ecomi and VeVe and even Recur mentioning Pokemon. That's right. The CEO to Recur mentioned Pokemon in a 137 article. So we're just going to go ahead, do a little bit of research, and dive right in. All right, so I wanted to shout out Non-Fungible Wonderful for doing a video on this. And so we're going to go ahead, pull up that article, and I want to also dive into this and kind of dissect things and what this actually means. So yeah, there it is, the quote right there. It says, imagine if 20 years ago you were given the opportunity from Pokemon to buy the very first Pokemon cards ever made, says Trevor George. All right. Now, this article was written by Jason Koppel, who's a guy I actually interviewed on my channel. So if you want to review that video, you can just go back in the channel history and take a look at that video where I brought him on the channel. But he did this article as well, so shout out to Jason. But this article basically kind of dissected a little bit into what Recur is going to do, what they're about, and it looked like a kind of a interview with Trevor George. And it says, like, the way basically Non-Fungible Wonderful broke this article down really good. So I'm not going to go super detail into the article, but I just wanted to talk more about the Pokemon side of things and the licensing side of things. So I also wanted to talk a little bit about like how short or long term this project actually is as well. But if you see here, you know, he definitely has a tongue-in-cheek comment, and I think honestly that's kind of what it was. I don't think this actually confirms that they have Pokemon. If you actually look at the article, it just says that basically right here, once again, where he talks about Pokemon as it relates to the utility. Imagine if 20 years ago you're given the opportunity from Pokemon to buy the very first Pokemon cards ever, and for some reason there was a rabid community, and they said, look, for you all, you get the chance to buy our first cards. They will be labeled the first edition, and you will be the first cards ever minted from us. You will get access to that sale. So that looks like a definitely tongue-in-cheek comment, and basically not saying that they have Pokemon. It's just showing that, you know, drawing the parallels between the two. Like if Pokemon did that, he's kind of saying like we're doing that with the Recur passes and kind of doing that with our platform. And so it was very cheeky the way he worded that. And I think it was kind of to drive attention and hype. And obviously they knew that maybe YouTubers were going to cover it, like me and Non-Fungible. I don't know, but I wanted to highlight a few things as well. And if you guys didn't know, there's 64,000 passes. I think that's good to take a look at of how many like passes are actually out there, because if there's that many already out there, well, does that mean it's really that exclusive? I think as Non-Fungible mentioned in his video, there's over 70,000 passes as well. So there's many things that we don't know yet, and also the rarity of those passes. Non-Fungible mentioned in his video, I think one sold for like over 70 ETH or something like that. And that is a lot of money for like one of the most rare Recur passes. And does that person with that rare Recur pass get, you know, first access to anything else before everybody? Because that would kind of suck, right? And when it comes to a platform like VeVe, they have the Master Collectors program and they have the OMI utility program, which are two cool combinations because you can grind for free in the Master Collectors program. You don't even have to have any money. You can just literally, you know, comment and take part in the app. Like as soon as you sign up for the VeVe app, you are automatically enrolled to the Master Collectors program, which I think is really cool. Now for the OMI side, you definitely need to purchase some OMI, but it's been very affordable for a long time before the price, you know, makes a big move. So for that reason, I have liked those two aspects, and you know, it rewards people with maybe not a lot of money, but it also rewards people with a lot of money. So it kind of combines the best of both worlds, and it makes it seem very, you know, inclusive for everybody. Now, I wonder if Recur is going to go that same route, and I do kind of worry about that a little bit, because with VeVe, it's been so exciting to take part in the drops on retail without having to own a pass or anything like that. And they're going to roll out the lottery system as well to make it even more fair for more people to possibly get access to the drops. With that being said, I wonder what Recur's route they take, because they already have big names and there's already a lot of money invested into it, whereas VeVe has basically been bootstrapped and they're already super successful and have some of the major brands in the world as well. Now, the CEO owns a company called Trevco, which did a lot of e-commerce, business in IRL. And this honestly reminds me of David Yu with the VeVe and Ecomi, the founder for VeVe and Ecomi, and his brand or his business in real life as well, because he also has a lot of licenses for a, e-commerce, business as well. And he's done a lot of, business and been successful in that area. And it looks like this is kind of reminds me of that as well. Trevor George, the CEO of Trevco, doing the same exact type of thing, and has a lot of brands that he represents when it comes to e-commerce. So I think that's actually really cool and definitely gets me excited on the Recur side of it. But what gets me excited about VeVe is knowing that David Yu is also a level 9,000 collector, which is why, the vice president and president of Marvel has been so bullish on VeVe and has dropped some of their most iconic, rarest NFTs of all time on VeVe, is because collectors like, Alcon, David Yu, Dan Crothers, it's an all-star team of collectors and an app that's, truly an app built by collectors for collectors. So I do like that aspect of it. Now for Trevor George, I'm not really quite sure if he is as avid collector as David, but he does have a very successful e-commerce brand. So that is something to definitely pay attention to, just because it draws some parallels to the David Yu parallel. But yeah, you can see more information as well, like who he's worked for in his LinkedIn. You can see he's been at Trevco 11 years. He's the CEO. He was at Blue Whale before that. And so, yeah, very interesting there. Now, I did want to point out that Recur has a lot of job listings opening, or a lot of job openings available. As you can see, we can scroll down the list. You can see a lot of what they're doing. You can even see that they're doing gaming associates, designers, and looking like they're going into games as well, which is cool. But this actually makes me think that this is much longer term than people are thinking, which actually makes me go back to this article and maybe the reasoning why he might have mentioned name drop Pokemon is to maybe re-hype up Recur again. Just because it does look like it is a super long ways out before, that Recur might be possibly a working app or product. So that for that reason, I don't know, right? It just seems like with the amount of people they're hiring that it could be a long time before we see something working. Whereas if we're on a platform like VeVe is already working. They have issues, of course, that they can fix in the short term, which, I think they will. And, basically, I don't know what I'm looking at here when it comes to Recur, right? They haven't mentioned much. There's just this article and definitely hypes me up about it. And the CEO definitely looks like he knows what he's doing. But I just wanted to make sure you guys have you can make your own decisions about this and, what that means. Comment below what you guys think. Is this going to be a long-term project? I think it is. I actually had 2 passes. I sold them to buy a more rare pass just in case the whole rarity thing comes into play. But I'm going to hold on to that pass for the long term because I do see this as an opportunity to obviously build my NFT portfolio and therefore my net worth. And for that reason, I'll be holding on to my pass, but the timeline seems to be stretched out a little ways out before, we see anything, like working, if you will. But things could change quickly and things can happen fast. Who knows? But with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and make sure you check out Non-Fungible Wonderful. He breaks the whole article down for you as well. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video at the blockchain, and be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.